Hey guys, John Man here for another Who is Better episode, and this Who is Better is Neo-Spacian Grand Mole versus Compulsory Evacuation Device. So I'll explain what they do and their stats. Neo-Spacian Grand Mole is an Earth Level 3 Rock type monster with 900 attack and 300 defense. His effect is if this card attacks or is attacked by an opponent's monster, you can return both monsters to their owner's hands at the start of the damage step, without damage calculation. Compulsory Evacuation Device is a normal trap card with the effect that says return one monster on the field to its owner's hand. Now, quickly I'll explain some cool things about these two. Neo-Spacian Grand Mole, since its effect would start at the start of the damage step instead of applying damage calculation, which means if he attacks your opponent's face down Gravekeeper's Spy or Raikou, your opponent will actually not be able to flip their monster face up to activate the effects because he's doing it at the start of the damage step, which allows you to skip their flip effects entirely and skip the point where you would flip the monster's face up. So, in short, your opponent will not be able to activate Raikou's effect or Gravekeeper's Spy effect without stalling you for a turn or getting rid of your Grand Mole. So it's a cool trick just to know. And Compulsory Evacuation Device is nice if you're restrained from attacking, with examples such as, Swords of Revealing Light, Wall of Revealing Light, Threatening Roar or whatnot. Just those type of cards. This is where Compulsory is nice. Or if you want to bluff out your opponent's, MST or like Trapstone or something, this card's nice. So cards these are good against, both of these, are Vanity Spin, which, if you know what it does, it stops you and your opponent from special summoning, so it's essentially a Fossil Gyna. And if your deck relies on special summoning, this is not your best friend. So either one of these two will be your best friend if you can get rid of this guy. Next, Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper is always a pain in almost anyone's butt that's trying to get over it or past it without Skill Drain or Forbidden Chalice or whatnot. So, this card is nice. And then Jinzo, which actually the only good one in this situation is Neo-Spacian Grand Mole because Compulsory will be negated and cannot be activated if Jinzo's on the field. So essentially, Grand Mole does have its advantages over Compulsory in some ways. Now, Synchros, such as Alloy Justice Catastor, if your deck doesn't play a lot of darks, or any darks with high attack, Catastor is not your best friend because your only really good actual resort to getting rid of Catastor is Evacuation Device, but you can still use Neo-Spacian to get rid of him. The reasons why is because the ruling states that since Alloy Justice Catastor's effect would destroy any non-dark monster if it's in a battle, it would destroy the monster without applying damage calculation. So since his effect is mandatory, his effect would be Chain Link 1, while Neo-Spacian Grand Mole's effect is Chain Link 2, no matter who's attacking first. It doesn't matter if you're attacking their Grand Mole or their Grand Mole's attacking your Catastor, whatever situation. It doesn't matter who's attacking first. So since this would be Chain Link 1, this would be Chain Link 2, resolving backwards, Grand Mole will destroy this, and this will be bounced back because the effect still has to resolve. As long as it's not negated, its effect's still going to have to resolve. So Catastor will go back to the extra deck because since it's Synchro, it has to go somewhere. That's the extra deck or the graveyard or remove from play zone. And that's what I was told at least by a judge. So if you want to, just appeal to a judge and say, hey, how does this work? If you have a head judge, appeal. If you want to, you don't have to, just appeal and see. But that's what I was told, is that he is destroyed, but he still bounced back to the extra deck. So just something to pay attention for. Other Synchro monsters, which these two are good against. Goyo Guardian, even though he's banned, he's still a good card, and if you're still playing against him, he's not fun to get around. So because he has 2800 for level 6. Colossal Fighter, since he's not really good at getting rid of by battle, so you're gonna need something else that gets rid of him. And other cards are Stardust Dragon and Shooting Star Dragon. Now, there's different advantages between these two, actually, when it comes to these two cards. Grand Mole is only going to be able to get rid of Stardust, because if you don't know, unless its effect is negated, Shooting Star Dragon can negate one attack once it once an attack is declared by your opponent, if you have this on your side of the field. But let's just say that you're attacking Shooting Star Dragon, they can negate it if they want to, you know, it's your opponent's option. And most likely they're gonna negate Grand Male's effect. But Compulsory will get around Shooting Star, because Shooting Star cannot negate stuff that does not destroy anything. And since Compulsory doesn't do that, Shooting Star goes bye-bye. So Grand Male only works on this one, and Compulsory gets rid of both. And although I don't have them, Thoughtleader Archfiend will not be able to negate Grand Male's effect since it doesn't target, but Compulsory does. So once again, there's advantages in each one. Next, cards that are good against these two. Grand Male, usually, you know, Smashing Ground, Divine Wrath when your opponent attacks, or Dimensional Prison. Or some alternate methods are flip it face down when it's attacking or you're attacking it, as long as you do it before you actually declare the attack, because at that point your opponent can still bounce. So, you know, flip it face down because the effect cannot activate when it's face down. Or if you just want to buy some time during your opponent's main phase, you can just drop Effect Veiler if you know they're going to attack. So just to buy you some time if you have to get something. Or in general with Compulsory, it's, you know, trap stun MST when they set it or whatever. So once again, very nice. Cards that searches these out are Ghost Sarcophagus in general, just a general searcher. Or for, in this case, Grand Mole, it's Sangan and Giant Rat, which helps search them out either way. So because this Sangan to the hand or Giant Rat, which will get it to the field. And Grand Mole is nice because he falls under Bombs, Trap Hole, and Trap Hole itself because he has 900 attacks, so Trap Hole is nice. And both these actually combo really nice with these two cards right here. Bounce your opponent's monster, you know, whatever way it is, and then, you know, have these set and ready to go. And when your opponent summons their monster, you can use Trap Hole, or before they summon it, because this card requires that you do, just declare the card, declare one monster card name, and when the monster summon, remove this card and the monster that was summoned, or monsters if there's two of the same name special summoned at the same time. So this will stop your opponent either from summoning the monster or make them waste a summon. So, you know, it's really nice, both these cards. And last, cards you do not want to bounce are Monarchs, unless you're bouncing your own with Compulsory, so just know that. So, tell me guys what card you would pick if you had to pick it. So, mine would probably most likely be Compulsory, just because it's chainable and forces your opponent to, you know, target it, and just, it's generally good. So, that's pretty much it guys, and peace out.